I can't really play any more than that, otherwise, YouTube's going to kill me. But yeah, today, guys, we are talking about Terminator 2, right? What an absolute incredible franchise. By far, my favorite movie of all time. The movie that I've seen the most in my life. Luckily, I've been lucky enough to see this actually in the cinemas when they did a re-release with 3D. Could have been the 20th or 25th anniversary. I don't know, but I've seen it twice now in the cinemas. Plus, I've seen it many times on, Blu-ray, DVD. This is Terminator 1, Terminator 3. Can you guys even see that? Terminator 2. And, a whole box set, once again, was Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator 1. But, box set with Arnold Schwarzenegger stuff. I really should get the 4K at some point. But yeah, Terminator 2, right? I've seen it 1,000 times. You, me, have probably seen it 1,000 times because it is actually one of the best sequels ever made by James Cameron. All right, what an absolute filmmaker legend. Okay, why is Terminator 2 so goddamn good after 30 years? Now, this is something I want to talk about, right? The anniversary, the 30th anniversary just hit recently. All right, why is Terminator 2 so good after all these years? Today we're going to answer that question. I've got a bunch of tabs open. And before I forget, we are actually playing, well, we're actually showing you guys Terminator 2, the game, on my arcade machine. And I've got this camera angle zoomed in a little bit more than usual, so you guys can actually see the game over there. So when I do a picture-in-picture like this, we're going to stick to camera 1 today, so you guys can see the Terminator 2 game in the picture-in-picture. But yes, as you guys can see, Terminator 2, there are a bunch of articles just recently. Terminator 2 Judgment Day was released in theaters 30 years ago today. Terminator 2 at 30, groundbreaking sequel that led to CGI laziness. You're right, all these movies that we see today have, CGI, that it looks terrible. Yet this movie that is 30 years old still looks truly fucking incredible. How is this? Let's talk about this. Plus, I'm going to be showing you my top, 5 clips from the movie. Hopefully YouTube doesn't demonetize me. How amazing was Guns N' Roses? The music video with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And the music in the film, incredible, right? There have been some people that I've talked to that have actually never seen this movie. It's been 30 years now, guys, and you've still not seen the movie. You're literally missing out on a cultural masterpiece. Thank you, James Cameron. Thank you, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Rob Patrick, Linda Hamilton, Edward Furlong. Am I saying all the names correctly? What's Miles Bennett Dyson's name? I can't remember the actor's name, but there's so many articles, but we're not going to read any of them today. We're going to show you guys. First of all, I'm going to show you this. I may link this, but this is the Terminator 2 Judgment Day full soundtrack remastered. If you are a fan of Terminator 2, definitely put this song on, put this album on your phone, and listen to it around the house, because it's going to give you shivers. It does to me, at least. I've even played this soundtrack a couple of times when I'm going to bed, falling asleep kind of thing. And it's when I hear certain songs from this, like you can pick different areas of the songs right here, see? You can pick different things. But when I pick a certain song or wait till the song comes on, there's Arnold Schwarzenegger there, I get shivers. I'm like, I know that song from that specific moment in the movie. It's a really good soundtrack. And Brad, I can't remember his last name, but his name was Brad. He was the designer, the music designer on the movie. And I will show you this YouTube channel right here. Hang on. That's not the one. That's not the one either. T for 2, the Terminator 2 show, did an amazing episode about Brad. I can't remember his last name. Brad Fidel. Am I saying it right? There we go. Brad Fidel. Really incredible little video about the music of Terminator 2. And it's not loading, and it doesn't really matter. But go check out this YouTube channel. He's only got 888 subscribers at the moment. And his channel basically, it consists of, a love dedication to Terminator 2. Now, when I first saw this channel, I went, look, I love Terminator 2, but making a YouTube channel for a specific movie out of a whole franchise is a bit weird, and he's not going to get many subscribers. But after seeing some of the videos that this guy's put on, I 100% take that back. T2 is such an amazing movie with such a huge following. After 30 years, it is considered to be one of the best sequels ever made, right? Better than any of the other new shit that came after it, 100%. Don't get me started with the one with Batman in it, Christian Bale. What is that movie? I've cut that out of my life completely. But go check out this channel. He's got some amazing interviews with some of the actors. And he's talked about many things. So yeah, go check that one out. But what did we want to talk to you guys about today? Well, we're going to start off from the very start. Why is the CG in today's movies really bad compared to Terminator 2? Like there is a whole list of channels on YouTube that do videos regarding the top 10 worst CGI movie effects ever, and there is a lot. There is a lot to pick from, but you will never see Terminator 2 in any of these. Jesus, that's weird. In any of these lists. Well, one of the reasons for that is that they did a lot of the effects. They did a lot of it in camera, right? All these amazing scenes, including the nuclear blast scene with Sarah Connor in that, she was having a dream, a terrible dream, a nightmare. I've even had a nightmare or two regarding a nuclear blast in my city. It's a shitty dream to wake up to. Like, oh my God, wow, your heart's racing. It's not fun. They did all that practically. None of that, most of it was not computer generated. It was an actual, cars and buses getting flipped. These were, miniature buses, miniature cars, and buildings breaking apart. I won't show you that today, but I will show you some of the special effects that they did. Now, a lot of the special effects in this movie, like I said, were done practically. A lot of these new movies that come out, they choose to get these effects done in the computer and not even film it, right? That's why you look at a movie that was made a year ago and it doesn't look as good effects-wise as Terminator 2. It's done practically, Terminator 2. Now, what's that guy's name? Christopher Nolan, right? He did the Batman movies. He did so many movies, Inception and all that kind of stuff, right? His movies, the way he films movies, he films on camera, by the way. He doesn't like using digital. Don't worry about that. But he uses a camera, film, and he likes to shoot a lot of his stuff practically. And it really shows in his movies. So Christopher Nolan is kind of a James Cameron in the years of Terminator 2 and Titanic and stuff like that, right? Imagine if James Cameron, talking about Titanic right now, imagine if James Cameron had made Titanic a digital, like the actual Titanic, a digital entity. Imagine when it broke apart and sank and things were falling. Imagine if that was done digitally and it was 1997. Fuck, that would have not held up very well at all. But a movie like Titanic, right, Terminator 2, will hold up until, the end of time potentially. These movies were done in camera with the bare minimum of special effects added, just to add a bit of this and a bit of that to clean up the image, right? Now, one thing I don't know how to explain is how they got Liquid Metal Man as good as they did. You'll have to watch some of the behind the scenes footage, but I will show you some of this, right? I'm going to show you my top 5 scenes. Okay, so before I show you these 5 clips, these 5 of my favorite Terminator 2 clips, I will say that this is the second take in me doing this because I uploaded the first video to YouTube before I made it public, I might add, and I got a copyright claim on a number of the different videos I had shown you because the sound I was showing you was not allowed, but the visuals were kind of okay. So I can show you the visuals, but not the sound. So today we're going to do this right now. All right, so in my number 1 pick, it's going to be this one right now. So Arnold Schwarzenegger is racing after John Connor along with Liquid Metal Man Robert Patrick. Of course, Robert Patrick is trying to murder him, right? Robert Patrick is trying to kill this kid while Arnold's trying to save him. John Connor is trying to escape. He's doing a very good job at it. And you, the audience, you think to yourself, wow, he's got away. But then you look at his reaction and you think, oh God, the anticipation. What is this? Oh my God. Did the truck really do this? I mean, there's nothing CG about that. It's completely real because they really shot that with a real truck. Wow, you can feel the suspense, the horror, the action. There's a little break that's been taken before they shot that scene, right? You really feel that scene in your body, in your mind. You get the chills and the shivers after watching it because you know there's no fucking CG there. And if there is, it's the bare minimum to clean up the image, right? Okay? They did this practically. And a lot of filmmakers these days have honestly forgotten what we used to do back in the day. They've forgotten this, right? They just rely on green screens. And it looks terrible. Imagine if they did that with a green screen or something, with a fake truck or something like, or miniature. I mean, some miniatures work, right? Some miniatures are great. But that was real. That's incredible, right? Now, my second favorite scene is this one right now where John Connor, Edward Furlong, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, are basically at a phone box. And John Connor wants to see his foster parents again, just to make sure that they're safe or something like that. And Arnold's like, you don't go there, that's dangerous, type of thing. Otherwise, the Terminator, the T-1000, Robert Patrick's going to come and get you, right? So basically, Arnold does the whole, banging the phone box to get the coins out. And watch what happens. You can really feel the suspense in this movie. He wants to warn his foster parents. Let's watch it. So she picks up the phone. It looks like a normal scene, right? His foster parents are in the kitchen. She's cooking dinner. Everything looks fine, right? There's no weird storyline here. But now her facial reactions don't quite look right. He's upset because the dog's constantly barking. Maxie, Wolfie, right? So now, what's gonna happen, right? What's this? What's this? What just happened there? So now, after seeing that, you know that something terrible has potentially just happened. What has she done to him? Why has she done this? Hang on, is she the he? Is Terminator, Liquid Metal Man, Robert Patrick, has he now transformed into her? Which, if so, would mean that she has now died beforehand, and now she/he has done something to him, the boyfriend. It's just anticipation and build-up, not to show things straight away, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger's using John Connor's young voice. He's questioning the woman Terminator, what's wrong with the dog? And look at that facial reaction. Your foster parents are dead. Wow. What's gonna happen now? What's the camera gonna pan to? Oh my God. Unbelievable, right? That is just such an incredible scene in cinema, right? And it just beautifully morphs back into a hand, right? The camera is on the floor. It's showing you from down below up, and then he morphs back into his natural state. And I just think that's an absolutely incredible scene. Cinematography wise, the way that the sound effects are, the anticipation, the build up. It's just, oh yeah. A lot of these movies today that use action and a bit of comedy and you're done. But this film uses horror. It uses horror and suspense to get you on the edge of your seat. There are moments of pause. There are many moments of pause and relaxation. But then you get built up again to the amazing scenes. And they're jaw-dropping, right? Especially for 1991. And they still hold up today. I absolutely love it, right? Now, we're going to go to the next scene. This is the third scene, okay? So John Connor, Edward Furlong, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, are basically having to break in to Sarah Connor's mental asylum, right? John Connor's mum. John Connor's had a terrible relationship with his mum. He's thought that his mum was some sort of, bomber, some sort of terrorist, right? He's kind of grown up with that in his mind. If you watch the movie, you'll understand what I'm talking about, right? The first movie, all right, with Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor, okay? He is now grown up now. What is he like? What is he like 12, 13, 14? I don't know what he is, but he's grown up with that belief. So this is his first time eventually coming to the mental asylum. But the problem is Sarah Connor's inside this building, right? And before John Connor and the Terminator can come, Liquid Metal Man, Patrick Stewart, Patrick Swayze, Patrick Stewart. What's his name? Robert Patrick. He's already in the building and he's disguised himself as the floor. Watch this. I absolutely love this scene. Here we go. There's a guy walking, security guy walking on the floor in the mental asylum. Oh my God, he's disguised himself as the floor. What the hell, right? What's going to happen now? This is some truly amazing physics, right? You think to yourself, can this actually happen? It is happening. It looks so realistic. He slowly rises up, right? The anticipation, the build-up, the scare factor, right? It's not just action and silly CGI. It's involved for a reason, and it's got you hanging on to the edge of your seat. By the way, these two actors are actually twins in real life. Great. There's no special effects there. There are just two identical twins, right? But this, what's about to happen right now? Oh my God, right? He's just, right through the eye. It's shocking. It's graphic. It's like R-rated stuff. This is stuff that you really shouldn't be seeing, but the fact that you are seeing this on a movie, it makes it all the much realer, right? It's just, you shouldn't be watching it, but you are. There's elements of horror in this movie, and that's one of the reasons this movie is so good. It just doesn't rely on pointless action, right? Pointless, comedy takes, pointless CG. There's so many movies that do pointless CG. They look terrible. The day that they were released in cinemas, it looks dreadful. All right, there's been so many movies that rely too heavily on CG. Please, if you're a filmmaker, stop fucking doing this. It's terrible. There is a masterclass now with, what's his name? I can't remember his name right now. The director. I've said his name 1,000 times. For whatever reason, I can't remember his name right now. James Cameron. There's now a masterclass. So if you're a filmmaker, you can now start to learn how to make movies like James Cameron. I'm thinking about actually watching it. It costs like a couple of $100. I want to download it for free if I could, but I probably can't. It's not allowed, guys. It's not allowed, guys. That's the Liquid Metal Man move. All right, moving on. My fourth scene, is it 4 or 5? Okay, this is my fourth scene. So yeah, John Connor and the Terminator are seeing Sarah Connor in the mental asylum for the first time. She's managed to escape Liquid Metal Man, who's still in the building, okay? He's about to come get them now. But Sarah Connor, for the first time, this is the first time Sarah Connor meets Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? The first movie, she was fucking terrified of him. She was terrified of him, right? She absolutely fucking feared this guy. This guy is death. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Grim Reaper, an unstoppable machine. This is her first interaction with Arnold. And for the people that have seen T1, they know that she's going to be terrified by this guy. And she is. But there's, her son is there, right? John Connor is there. Mum, are you okay? So she's coming to the realization that, he could be a friend now. He's no longer this death machine, right? Her son is there. And it's kind of helping her wake up, snap herself out, back to reality. But now here comes Liquid Metal Man, right? This is her introduction to this new death machine that is 10 times worse. What's he doing now? Oh my God. He's going through the bars. And I just want to pause this little scene right there. The fact that he's all the way through, but obviously his arm is now stuck because the gun is there. I mean, we're talking about some serious true physics here. You know that gun shouldn't also be liquefied because it's actually another object separate from him, and it doesn't. He's holding an actual different object, right? Interesting, and I just love how they did that little thing. It just makes it all the more real. I love his reaction. He's in the third movie as well, by the way, Terminator 3. He's a lot older in that movie, and I just love this scene with the elevator. We'll talk about this in a second, actually. Watch how he goes through the elevator and the doors continue closing, right? By the way, that's the older style of elevators. Before I show any more, in America, I've done many trips in America with my parents, like 15, 20 years ago kind of thing. And you don't get too many lifts like this in Australia, but a lot of lifts in America probably still are today. They don't have the laser system. So when you put your hand in the door, I mean, this is him putting his knife hand through the door, but when you put your hand through the door, the laser sees you and the elevator opens, right? Well, back in the day, there was not that. But there was a safety device. There's basically a, how do I say it? there's like this little mechanism that's spring-loaded. So the doors are like this, right? The doors are like this. Let me attach this to my shirt. Some of you guys may know what I'm talking about, others might not. These are the doors, right? That open and close. There's like a little lip. This is one of the door, right? There's a little lip that goes a little, you know, hang on. It's like this, okay? It's like this. There's like a little lip that comes out, and if you push the lip closed, the door's open, right? The little lip comes out, and you want to open the door, you push this back, and the two doors open. They're on both sides, right? That was the safety laser grid at the time. And yeah, if the Terminator had done that back in the day, the doors would have just wide and opened, and everyone's dead, right? This next shot though from this scene is incredible. Let's continue. And this scene right here, how he just blows his head open. Take a look at this, right? I'm gonna pause it for you right now. So why does that look so real? Why does that look so real? Because it is real. That is 100% real. There is nothing fake about that shot whatsoever. What do I mean by that? I will show you in a second. Take a look at this. Just take a look at that. That is 100% real. It is puppetry. Is it puppetry of the penis? No. Do you guys know that show where the guys get their wangs out, and it's a whole show where ladies and guys can get to see it happening? Never mind. But this is a puppet. A movable puppet. Obviously that's computer generated, right? And it still looks incredible today. The next scene, how he jumps down, is just like, you know, wow. It's suspense, it's horror, it's action. The music in it. The durr. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? The elevator scene when Sarah Connor and Arnold Schwarzenegger, they're kind of shooting at the ceiling. She actually becomes kind of seriously deaf in one ear in real life because of this. They're shooting real guns, right? The bullets are fake, right? But the ammunition that's going off is absolutely 100% real. Bang, 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 bang. She became semi-permanently deaf because of this situation. What are we on now? The 24-minute mark. We're going to go a little bit longer. So if you guys are liking this video so far, you know, feel free to give us a like, subscribe, ring the bell, because we do make daily videos on this channel, channel 2. We are on channel 1 as well. We make daily videos here, but travel films around the world on channel 1. So, you know, nothing big. Go check us out. What's number 5 on my list? My top 5 favorite Terminator 2 moments. I am going to show you some behind the scenes on how they got these shots in a second. So just wait a second, okay? Now this next scene, all right? Sarah Connor, she's been scarred for life from Terminator 1, okay? Terminator 2 is now happening, you know, in her life. She doesn't realize it's 1 and 2. It's like when you were in World War 1 or when you lived through World War 2. You don't classify it as World War 1 or World War 2. You just know it as the Great War, the big bloody war, right? The World War, right? It's only later that you realize that was 1 and 2, right? But she's living through a Terminator 2 situation right now, and she knows that Skynet, the computer system that runs the Terminators, you know, they're sending the Terminators back in time, right? But she knows by 1997, the computer system was basically going to nuke the planet, right? And get Russia to nuke, you know, America nukes Russia, Russia nukes America in retaliation, and that's how Skynet kind of wins, right? Well, this is her dream. It's such an incredible moment in cinematic history. It won awards. This little scene won heaps of awards. It could have won an Academy Award just for this scene alone. Most of it is completely done in camera. A truly incredible scene, right? Now this is, you know, Sarah Connor having a dream. And she's looking at herself, a younger version of herself from Terminator 1. Now, believe it or not, that kid, that's actually her real child in real life. Pretty incredible, right? And this blast, steaming, everyone's in panic. That's not CG, but it's kind of like a backdrop. I'm not quite sure what it's called, but, you know, this is a puppet. This is a puppet. Now, this is actually computer generated. The shockwave is CG, but it's done quite well. This is all done in miniatures. The buildings, the bus, the cars, the trees, everything falling over and exploding, that is done practically with miniatures. Truly incredible. Look, check out this. Her skin is falling off of her body. Her bones are still there. I mean, this is all done in practical means. It's truly, truly incredible. Okay, getting back to the actual video now. Bye-bye, take two. Incredible. Now, let me show you guys some of the behind-the-scenes thing. Go check out this YouTube channel, by the way, guys. I've already talked about that, but yeah. Okay, what did I want to show you guys first? Watch this, watch this.
T-1000's abilities went beyond what was possible with...
So that's basically a mock-up of what Robert Patrick looks like when he gets his face blown off, right?
Animatronics makeup.
That's like version 1.0, where they make it in clay, okay?
On what was possible,
so yeah, they make
animatronics, makeup, and prosthetics.
a clay one first.
ILM was given the task of creating the effects optically.
And of course, that's digital.
Redefining state-of-the-art for computer animation.
Truly incredible, right? So yeah, it's a puppet. The whole thing moving out like that is a puppet. I will go to the next one right now and show you the next thing that I really wanted to show you guys. What's the next one going to be? Now, mind you, the scenes that I have shown you are really, really cool. But there are a lot of other scenes in this absolutely incredible movie, which I obviously can't show you. You know, I'll be here for an hour or two, you know, talking about them. There's this amazing scene at the end, but we're not going to talk to you guys about that today. This is the scene with the knife, right, which we just showed you. So she's actually knitting something with the two real hands. And that's the boyfriend with an apparatus to his neck. And that thing on the left.
Here we go.
Hang on, before I show any more than that, where are we? That thing right there, that's the knife behind his head. So the camera is kind of over here, and it only sees this, right? That thing is the knife at the back of the head that springs back out of the head. But it's not obviously out of the head, it's to the side of the head, but it looks like it's out of the head, right? Watch what happens now. This is done in camera.
Here we go. And action.
Wow. It's just seamless. It's honestly seamless. So look at the names of these videos. If I don't end up putting all the links in, you know, these are the names of the videos that I want you guys to watch. Truly incredible. Take a look at that, right? That's Robert Patrick's double. It's, you know, puppet kind of thing, right? And that's obviously Robert Patrick. Awesome, right? It looks so real. This thing, you know, this thing blinks, right? His eyes blink and stuff like that. Blinky Bill the koala. Save the koalas, everybody. What's the next one I wanted to show you? I think there's one more thing that I wanted to show you before we head off. And I can't quite remember what it was, but we're going to have a look. This is another thing, actually. The way that they got Robert Patrick's image in the camera was they painted all these lines on his body. That's actually him. That's Liquid Metal Man, right?
So I could study not only.
And yeah, this is the back lot of the movie studio, and they're basically filming him from multiple angles, seeing how he walks.
A lot of pictures of him. We scan those.
And yeah, they scan them into the computer, and then that's how they get really cool shots. And that's Robert Patrick getting scanned.
Cyberware, and what they do.
And all this was amazing technology for the day, right? This was stuff that's never been done before. They had to invent this stuff, right? Now, where's this shot? I'm not too sure where it is. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, I think we'll go here.
It sort of rose up very geometrically.
So yeah, they're just kind of showing you how they rose up from the floor with the computer, right? The computer animation.
Well, the next time we did it, we decided, okay, we'll have his head rotate a little bit, just the slightest amount. His shoulder move a little bit, you know, that kind of thing. And all those very small amounts of animation, as simple as they may seem, really seem to put the life into it.
But that's what
That's incredible, right? So, you know, just finessing the image every now and then, just to get a little bit more human looking, right? It's amazing because had they needed more detail on the reflection surface, they probably wouldn't have it probably wouldn't have looked as good. But because they're reflecting on the floor, right? A simple pattern like that, you know, they consciously know what they're doing, right? They know that they can't show something really weird on the on the floor, otherwise they're not going to be able to do it in camera. But you know, they can do that quite easily, right? It's honestly incredible. What else do I have to show you guys today? Probably nothing much more than that. But yeah, go check out the videos and the links that I've shown you today. That's all the names for all the videos that we've shown. Really, really cool behind the scenes video as well. Do you love Terminator 2? How much do you love Terminator 2? Let me know in the comments down below. Go check out that guy's YouTube channel, like I said. Guys, we are on 2 different YouTube channels. I hope you liked this video. We are also on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Tall Boy Gareth. I have been tall. My name is Gareth, and I will probably do a review on this arcade machine at some point. Probably showing you this game. There it is, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I'll see you for tomorrow's video. Peace out. Bye.